Param Shanti. Welcome, dear listeners. And today is going to be a very fascinating episode of Life in Multiverse. I am Mona, and
And I'm Chetna. And today we are exploring one of the most awesome chapter of this extraordinary book, which is Life in Multiverse. And it is a chapter 7, and it is about us. It's about our solar system. So, how big
hmm,
is our brahmand? How
hmm,
big is our solar system?
hmm. Chetna ji, when we look up at night sky, we see stars scattered
Yes,
across the space. It's so
yes,
beautiful.
right.
But science tells us our universe is unimaginably vast. Yet, according to the spiritual revelations shared by Bapuji Dashrath Bhai Patel, what we perceive is only a tiny, very tiny glimpse of an infinite greater creation.
So true. So, in this chapter, Bapuji has explained to understand that how expand our consciousness is, and it's beyond the limit of the ordinary thinking, and contemplate the true scale of existence.
Mhm. So, one of the first teachings in this chapter is that creation cannot be measured by ordinary human numbers.
Mhm.
The human mind struggles to comprehend millions and billions. Yet Bapuji explains that creation extends far beyond such calculations.
Certainly. So, according to this knowledge, Bapuji, there are not merely countless stars and galaxies, but the infinite solar systems, infinite Brahmand, infinite galaxies, infinite universes. So,
Mm,
every solar system is a complete world system operating according to the divine laws.
So true.
Yes.
So the perspective completely changes our understanding of reality.
Yes.
Rather than viewing Earth as a center of creation, we begin to see ourselves as part of an endless cosmic family, stretching across dimensions beyond physical perception. So,
Right.
unimaginable. Yes.
Exactly. I feel like we are the sand near the sea, and we are just
Yes.
one sand, a single
Yes.
sand, piece of
So,
sand.
so true. Yes.
So the chapter encourages the humility, and when we realize how vast creation truly is, our everyday worries
Mhm.
appear much smaller, and we
Hmm.
begin to appreciate the greatness of the Supreme Creator.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
perspective changes entirely.
So true. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And another remarkable teaching concerns the age of our solar system.
Mhm.
According to
Yes.
Bapuji, our solar system is not merely millions or billions of years old, but has existed for trillion of years.
Wow.
Yes.
Amazing. So this timeline challenges conventional views and presents the creation as a
Hmm.
vast and ongoing process, extending across unimaginable spans of cosmic time.
Yeah. This chapter further explains that human souls have been wandering through cycles of birth and death for approximately 1.98 billion years,
Yeah.
corresponding to what is described as the second period of Brahma's lifespan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Brahma, like we already mentioned
Explain.
that in our
Yeah.
previous chapters. Yes.
Yes. So think about that for countless ages, souls have been have been taken birth after birth, birth after birth, accumulating experiences, karmas, attachments, lessons. The soul's journey is much older the current human civilization and far older than anything recorded in history books.
Hmm. So sometimes this question comes, who governs such an infinite creation?
Wow, yeah,
Whenever we
so
observe
vast.
order in nature, we naturally ask, who is governing all of this? Who maintains harmony among these infinite worlds?
Yes.
So
See,
interesting.
when we talk about a single company, a big companies, big corporations, they have a
Yes.
management team and all. So we think it is so big and so broad how they manage. Now we
Huh.
are thinking this is such a big creation. Who manage? Who
Yes,
governs this,
yes,
right?
yes, yes.
So Bapuji explains that creation is governed through multiple divine hierarchies. There are infinite Brahma. We are Brahma means light, Brahmas and Vishnus and infinite Shankaras. So
Mm,
every solar system is having Brahma, Vishnu, and Shankar, each
mm,
performing specific cosmic functions
mm,
within their perspective rooms. So
wow.
they have their own departments,
Mm. And their different roles. Mm.
different roles. Yes.
So, similarly, there are infinite levels of Shiv, Mahashiv, and Paramahashiv,
Wow.
presiding over higher dimensions of existence. So, for example, Shiv is um, responsible only for solar system, and the Mahashiv for the galaxy, and Param Mahashiv for the universe.
Yes. So this does not imply confusion or disorder. Rather, it reflects the perfectly organized spiritual administration functioning throughout the creation, right?
Mm,
Just as a
yes.
nation has a
Mhm.
local governments, state governments, and federal governments, creation itself operates through countless level of the divine authority.
Huh. Hmm. So, at the highest level exists the supreme almighty power,
Hmm,
the ultimate powerhouse from whom all energy, wisdom, and authority originates.
right. Wow, such a
Mm.
lovely. So there's three stages of creation mentioned. So one of the most profound concept in this chapter is the process through which the creation unfolds. Like according to Bapuji, creation develops in three stages.
Hmm. So, first one comes the incorporeal stage,
Mhm.
where existence exists as pure consciousness and very subtle energy. So
Wow,
that is also called Nirakari in Hindi. Yeah.
Hindi.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's like a original light form, we can say.
Yes,
So
yes.
next comes the subtle stage, and where forms begin to emerge but remain the beyond physical perception.
Mm, yeah. And finally comes the gross or the physical, which is the material universe we experience through our senses.
Right. So
Mm,
this means that the everything visible in this physical world has a deeper roots in the subtle dimensions.
mm,
Like
mm,
thought proceeds action,
mm,
energy proceeds matter, and consciousness proceed the form.
mm, mhm. So true. So the visible universe is therefore only the outermost expression of much
Deep.
deeper spiritual realities.
So true. So the
Mm,
soul's place in the cosmos. So how, what is the role of a soul in the cosmos? So with such a vast creation, an important question comes that what is the role of the individual soul? Like we are
mm,
part of it, right?
yeah. So, according to this chapter, every soul is an eternal point of conscious light.
Yes.
Soul is neither a body nor the personality we temporarily assume during our lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah, so our true identity transcends nationality, race, gender, religion, and even planetary existence. So
Mhm.
we are eternal spiritual beings traveling through an immense cosmic journey.
Wonderful. So, we are eternal spiritual beings traveling through an immense cosmic journey. And Chetnaji, unfortunately, because of body consciousness and ignorance, souls forget their original nature and become trapped in repeated cycles of life and death. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like a small house. Every
Yes.
small
Yeah.
house, everybody's stuck. So the purpose
Yes.
of this spiritual knowledge is to awaken the soul and help it to remember its original and eternal identity.
Yeah. So this knowledge is like beyond limits, we call it infinite knowledge, the Behad Gyan. So this chapter introduces the concept of limitless spiritual knowledge.
So this is the knowledge that goes beyond ordinary human reasoning and imagination. So knowledge is the way to experience the power of God, experience the God, um, God existence and everything. So knowledge is the key, and meditation is the second part. Because
Mm,
somebody has mentioned that God abandoned me a long time ago, so I was just trying to say that. So the knowledge is the key, and God never abandoned. God always gives
yes,
the love, right?
yes, yes,
So
yeah.
with this knowledge, we know about true nature of the God. So it
Mm,
reveals the realities that cannot be fully understood through the physical instruments or intellect analysis alone.
mhm, yeah. So further, Bapuji Dashat Bhai Patel explains that such knowledge was realized through deep meditation, spiritual practice, and profound states of, we can say, meditative state, samadhi, we call it in Hindi. Yeah.
Yeah. So through this elevated experiences, higher dimensions of creation become accessible to the spiritual vision, and the
Mhm.
soul begins to perceive these realities hidden behind the physical world.
Hmm. So, what is the ultimate goal of human life? Why has this knowledge been shared? Why should we understand the size and structure of the solar system?
Yeah, it is because understanding creation helps us understand ourselves.
Mhm.
The ultimate purpose is not merely gaining the information, the purpose is our transformation.
Wow. So, when the soul recognizes its true nature, the karma's burdens begin to dissolve. Whatever our actions, impressions already imprinted in our soul begin to dissolve, and fear decreases. Fear of unknown, sometimes fear of so many things.
Yeah,
And attachment to little things weakens, and inner peace grows.
certainly. So the soul
Mm.
gradually prepares to return to its original divine home, and Bapuji describes higher spiritual rooms such as Amar Lok, Param Dham, and through Param Shanti. It's the
Mm.
stage of Param Shanti. So these are the rooms of the purity, peace, and immortality, and
Mm.
divine consciousness.
Yeah. So the journey of spirituality is ultimately a journey back home. Just like we
Yes,
have trapped in a cycle of life and death, to liberate us from this cycle and go back to our creator.
creator, certainly.
Yeah, yeah. So we can summarize like creation contains infinite, solar systems, universes, galaxies, and different worlds. And our solar system is trillions of year old. Souls have been journeying through the birth and death for immense periods of time. And divine governance exists at multiple levels throughout the creation. And creation unfolds from incorporeal to
Yes,
subtle and finally the physical dimensions. And
yes,
every soul is eternal and divine. So, this infinite knowledge reveals realities beyond ordinary perception. And the ultimate goal, as you said, is self realization and liberation from the cycle of birth and death. So,
Certainly.
this concludes today's episode. Let us remember that human life is precious. We have not come here merely to survive, compete, or accumulate possessions. We
Certainly.
have come to awaken.
Yes. So the more we understand the grandeur of creation, the more we appreciate the greatness of the Supreme Source, the Supreme Father, the creator of all creations, and
Hmm.
our own spiritual potential.
Yes, yeah. So I hope may this knowledge inspires us to meditate deeply, live
Mhm.
consciously, and continue our journey towards self realization.
Yes. So thank you for joining with us today, and stay in supreme peace.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah,
connected.
yeah. So until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep remembering who you truly are. So see
Yes.
you next time in next chapter, chapter 8. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any question, please feel free to email us and we will get back to you. Have a wonderful day.
Have a
Supreme
wonderful day.
peace. Param
Param
Shanti.
Shanti.